I wanted to talk about the state tree of South Carolina, the cabbage palm. Sabal palmetto is its genus and species name. So people often ask, is it a real palm? Is a palm a palmetto, a palmetto a palm? Yes, vice versa. So this is a palm tree, a native palm, and this is how it starts out as a tree. It's really actually interesting if you look how tightly packed it is in here. And these are the fronds that will unfold for the leaves. And it's a great way for the plant to trap water, rainwater. Then as they get a little older, this is what you're looking at. The fronds, as they die off, form this crisscross pattern on the trunk. And I'll scan up, you'll see some of these low-lying fronds are starting to turn brown on the end. They will eventually die as the tree keeps growing. They fall off at the base of the tree and leave this matrix. And then over time, the tree gets to a certain point where it will shed those spines, so to speak, the ends of the fronds, and it becomes a smooth trunk. And we have questions about whether these are the same type of tree. It is. These are all Sabal palmetto, our state palmetto tree. The common name is a cabbage palm because the top inside portion can be cut out and eaten like heart of palm. So it was used as a food source back by Native Americans and then early European settlers. But what made it our state tree is this wood that it has, if you call it that. It's really more closely related to a grass than a tree. And it's very fibrous. It's like compact drinking straws is how I compare it. It's, tough to touch, to push, but because it is this compaction inside a very fibrous material, it actually makes a soft, spongy wood. So the early colonists weren't necessarily thinking of that, but it was an abundant tree along the coast. And the hardwood tree, like the live oak, was being used for shipbuilding. It was very valuable. So they didn't want to use the live oak to build the coastal forts. Instead, they used the logs from the palm tree, the palmetto, and then packed sand around it, and they could make log walls, stacking those trunks packed with sand. And when the British, we declared our independence and they were blockading Charleston, they began bombing the fort that was guarding Charleston, which was on, it's now Fort Moultrie out on Sullivan's Island. The cannonballs, the British cannonballs, literally bounced off these trees. Because of that fibrous wood packed with sand, they didn't detonate when they hit it. Instead, they bounced off, and the fort was able to return fire with the British cannonballs. What's so amazing about that is that it was the first defeat of the British Navy in 400 years of battle. They had never lost, and they lost because of a tree, not because of superior firepower. And for that reason, the tree was put on the regimental flag, and then it later became the state flag.